Joining me now is Ohio Congressman Brad Wenstrup. He's a member of the Intelligence and Ways and Means Committee. And Congressman, good to see you this morning. But it is an issue of restoring the kind of guardrails between the authority of the legislature and the executive branch.
Well, I'm glad that the Supreme Court is taking this up. I hope I'm pleased with the results. From the very beginning, as a doctor and one of the co-chairs of our Doctors Caucus in Congress, we've been very much pro-vaccine, but it is also something that you should discuss with your doctor, and that's what we always advocated from the beginning, ever since the vaccine came out. But we've been against the mandates. If you look at what's taking place with the mandates, the doctor isn't even present. There's no presence of a physician in this conversation. You have a president of the United States issuing an executive order that says you must get this health care treatment regardless, and if you don't, then you are going to lose your job. So it comes with the threat of losing your job, and there's no physician engagement here. Look, since the very beginning, there's been no bedside manner. I think that medically we'd be much better off if we took microphones away from Joe Biden and Dr. Fauci and Dr. Walensky, as they confuse the American people and really do not come across as caring in the whole process. Even the New York Times wrote an article about the contradictions between Dr. Fauci and Dr. Walensky. I encourage the American people, don't get your healthcare advice from Dr. Twitter or Dr. Facebook or Dr. Mandate, because this is not the place for you to get together. You need to sit and talk about the risks versus the benefits, because the situation we're in right now is even if 100% of Americans or the globe were vaccinated, we're still going to have COVID. We know that from the trials. Vaccinated people got COVID. They didn't get as sick. They weren't necessarily hospitalized. Basically, the vaccine is a therapeutic. We should be focusing on more therapeutics because COVID's not going away. Viruses produce variants. This isn't news.
But I want to bring James Freeman in here, because the issue that the court, James, that the Supreme Court is addressing, and the Wall Street Journal editorial page writes about this today, this ruling will echo far beyond the current pandemic, the editorial board writes. And as Andy McCarthy, he's a Fox contributor, he's a former attorney in the Justice Department, he said that it's simple that Joe Biden is in violation of the Constitution, that we're a republic, not a monarchy. And there's nothing inherent in the executive power conferred by Article 2 that authorize a decree of this sort from Joe Biden and from the executive branch.
Yeah, that's right. And Congressman, I'd be curious on your take, because not only is there a big question about whether the federal government versus states can issue this kind of mandate, but also the authorities that you and the Congress have given to OSHA and the Department of Health and Human Services. I don't see anywhere in the law where Congress has given either one of those agencies this kind of power.
I would agree with you. There isn't that type of power, but that doesn't stop them from trying. It doesn't with so many other things. So that's just one more example. And again, you're interfering with this doctor-patient relationship, which is sacred in so many ways. And that's the way you win over hearts and minds about what is best for patients, and not some dictatorial statement coming from on high. Look, Americans want to be educated on their health. They don't want to be indoctrinated. And this is going about it all wrong. It's an abuse of power, and it's a power that they likely don't even have. So I hope the Supreme Court rules that way.
And I don't think that the city of New York has the power to mandate vaccines for all workers, and without even the testing requirement. You go to business after business, they have signs up saying we're not open anymore because we don't have employees who comply with the city's vaccine mandate. So I'll be interested to see how it's kind of the most aggressive mandate in the nation, what happens after SCOTUS hands down a ruling on these two cases today. Thank you so much, Congressman Brad Wenstrup.
Thank you.